We are coming to you live from TV47 studios in Kenya's capital. Good afternoon. You're right in time for the 4 p.m. news coverage. On air is TV47 News Now with me, Samson Jura. Be with us for the next couple of minutes to ensure you're up to speed with everything happening in the country, across our borders and beyond. 22047 is the short SMS code. The hashtag on X is TV47 News Now. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at TV47 Kenya. You can also interact with me on my personal handle on X at OJ Samson. So let's begin the broadcast. Cape Media, in partnership with the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, UFA, today entered day 2 of its awareness roadshow on importance of claiming unclaimed assets and funds held in various institutions. The roadshow caravan began this morning in Kericho town, making stops in Kapsoit, Sosiot and Sigowet before winding up in Sondu.
All right, thank you so much, Samson Jura. Right now I'm coming to you all the way from Sondu, right here in Kericho County. And of course, as you can see behind me is a great team from Cape Media in partnership with UFA for the second day of roadshow. Remember, they began the roadshow all the way from Kericho, Kapsoit, Soin, and right now culminating point here in Sondu. And of course, with me here, I have the corporate manager for communication department of UFA, and I could wish to give him an opportunity to tell us more about this. Thank you so much for joining us. Perhaps maybe you'll take us through all this.
Thank you very much. The Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority has landed at Kericho County. We are currently at Sondu. We are engaging members of the public about what unclaimed assets are, sensitizing them about the opportunity that we have brought in the neighboring town, that is at Kericho town. Between 15th and 19th of this month, we'll be giving them an opportunity to come and search for their assets, and we will have all of the stakeholders within the ecosystem of reunification to be able to facilitate them to claim their assets. We want to build the economy by providing capital, an opportunity for them to get reunited with monies they lost, and most importantly for them to appreciate what unclaimed assets are and how those unclaimed assets can benefit local community at the local household level, and more importantly to build the country across all of the places that we have been to. You'd appreciate that just last week we were in Thika at Kiambu County doing the same thing here, sensitizing members of the public and giving them an opportunity for them to claim assets. And across the country we are visiting Kakamega in the next month, and we'll be going from county to county to ensure that we provide an opportunity at an accessible place for members of the public to access these assets.
Well, of course, earlier on you mentioned that from 15th to 19th this month, there will be a team all the way from UFA that will be actually carrying out their exercise in Uhuru Gardens in Kericho County. What exactly are the requirements from the resident of this particular county?
Now, we be asking members of the public to bring along with them identification document in the form of an ID card, if the owners want to claim assets on their own behalf. And then we have those of us who have deceased relatives, and therefore they have since obtained a death certificate, or better still, they have gone to court through the succession process and obtained certificate of administration for them to be administrator of the estate of the deceased, for which part of which money has since become unclaimed assets. There are also institutions in form of organizations or like chamas, church, school, any organization that have been incorporated and had transacted with a financial service provider, and therefore left behind any asset. And therefore the identification document of the organization, be it a certificate of registration, company registration certificate and so on. And most importantly is for them to come with those identification documents for us to be able to process unclaimed assets on their behalf.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Those are the sentiments from the corporate manager of communication department, or rather from the UFA. And of course, he said that actually this month, actually all the way from 15 to 19, there will be a full team in Uhuru Gardens in Kericho County, just only to carry out the process. And of course, it's all about the sensitization happening right here in Kericho County. From here in Sondu, my name is Collins. I'm passing back to Manton. Over to you, Samson, Jura.
Well, thank you, our reporter in Sondu, for that. Of course, be sure to keep in touch on TV47 Digital to ensure you are up to speed with everything unclaimed assets, to understand and to know how you can go about that particular issue to get unclaimed assets in institutions that may have some of the assets that belong to you or any other individual that you know. Moving on, Rusinga Island is celebrating a historic milestone after the government completed its first ever tarmac road, 19 kilometers of modern infrastructure residents have waited for since independence. During the final inspection, Deputy Chief of Staff Eliud Owalo said the road will transform the island's economy by boosting tourism and strengthening the fishing sector. Owalo also announced that renovations at Kabunde Airstrip are nearly complete, with the runway set to open on December 23rd, promising better connectivity for Homa Bay residents.
The Rusinga Island Ring Road, which is the last project we are inspecting today. This entails a 19-kilometer ring road within Rusinga Island. And it is the first tarmac road in post-independent Kenya since the world was established. Yeah, the first tarmac road in this region. So this is a major game changer. It is being constructed at a cost of about 1.3 billion shillings. And it was done in 3 lots by 3 different contractors. So far, the runway is complete. The drainage works are ongoing. The apron will soon be laid, and of course also the upgrading of the terminal.
Now, Africa finance and policy leaders are calling for stronger cross-border investment frameworks as Kenya today officially opened the Africa Investment Conference 2025 in Nairobi. The 2-day forum hosted by CFA Society East Africa brings together investors, policymakers and financial experts to advance Africa-driven capital solutions and deepen regional cooperation. Officials say Africa must unlock domestic capital and strengthen financial market linkages to support long-term growth.
We have adequate capital in Africa. The issue is being able to mobilize it. And to mobilize that capital requires us to start paying attention not only to the numbers. So for example, we've mentioned the fact that there's more than $700 billion of pension funding across Africa. So we need to start seeing this funding going into investments, infrastructure, projects.
Come up with the Finance Act of 2023. Business Laws Amendment Act of 2024. We have come up with the Tax Laws Amendment Act of 2024. Now we are coming up with another Business Laws Amendment Bill of 2025.
Meanwhile, Brookside Dairy has announced 257 million shillings in cash bonuses for farmers supplying quality milk between July and November this year. The payout, announced at their company's Ruiru headquarters, seeks to encourage higher production and support clean milk practices. The 118 million shillings will go to farmers supplying milk through dairy groups, while individual farmers, large farms and milk traders will share the rest. This comes less than 6 months after Brookside paid 303 million shillings in bonuses, underscoring its commitment to supporting suppliers.
After that, we take it to another equipment called an alpha.
And media personality Willis Raburu has sued 2 companies for allegedly breaching a 10 million shillings contract linked to the Furaha City Festival held in December of 2024. Raburu says Stays On Limited delivered full promotion, branding, influencer work, logistics and event coordination, reaching over 1 million users, but the company still failed to pay. He maintains the contract is valid despite one unsigned copy and wants the court to affirm it. Order payment with interest, award damages and suspend one defendant's license.
It has been over a year. We have engaged professionally. People must begin to respect the creatives of this country. This is the big corporations, the small, the SMEs, everybody must begin to respect the creatives of this country. So this move is one taken with the acceptance that the industry we work in, including the media, is also heavily funded through sponsorships by EABL.
As the country concludes the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, campaigners in Nandi County are urging men to report the abuse they face. They say many men experience GBV but remain silent because of culture, tradition and social stigma. According to the anti-violence team at Kapsabet Referral Hospital, cases of violence against men are rising but most go unreported. They warn that silence is harming men's mental health, family relations and community stability.
Wanaume hawakuji kusema wanapitia violence gani, lakini ukiangalia katika ratiba unapata wanaume sana sana wanajitoa uhai. Suicide has become rampant so much, na sana sana yote inatokana na psychological trauma enye mtu aje kuja kusema apate usaidizi. Tuweze kueneza ujumbe kuwa dhuluma si kitu ya kawaida na si vizuri mtu anapofanyia mwenzake dhuluma. Kila mtu ana haki. Tangu tuanze this gender-based violence clinic ama desk in 2020, kwa watu walikuwa wana report at a very low percentage ya 6% in Nandi County. Na hii percentage tumeempower watu, tumewaelezea kuwa watapata usaidizi wapi, na hii reporting cases zime increase paka we are now at 34%. Na ile cases yenye tumeripotiwa unaweza pata ni wanaume wawili kati ya wanaume 20 hapo. Kuna challenges zenye ziko pale community, na first of all ni poverty. Unapata watu ambao wajiwezi, mtu anawadhulumu alafu anawaambia hata hakuna mahali utaenda na hii kesi kwa sababu mimi niko na pesa. Na wakati mwingi inachangia kufanya hiyo kangaroo courts, kwa sababu mtu ambaye ako na poverty ama ako katika ile level ya chini anamwambia tu ni sawa, njoo tukaongee, akapewa ile marupurupu kidogo ili na atapata justice. Ingine ni pia unapata wale watu wamenajisiwa wana ile privacy ya kutosha. We are integrating services kabisa.
Rwanda-backed M23 rebels have entered the East Congo town of Uvira near the Burundi border. The advance comes less than a week after President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwandan President Paul Kagame met US President Donald Trump and reaffirmed their commitment to a US-brokered peace deal. Rwanda denies supporting M23, saying its troops are in eastern Congo for defensive measures, though the US and UN say evidence of Rwandan support is clear. Reuters reported that M23 recently captured Luvungi and fighting continues near Sange and Kiliba as rebels push south towards Uvira. It remained unclear by afternoon whether the rebels had full control of Uvira. Now let's take a look at what is happening in the world of sports, and of course we go international, and Barcelona moved closer to the UEFA Champions League knockout. Well, we've come to the end of the broadcast this afternoon. Many thanks indeed for giving us your time. Your time is greatly appreciated. Remember, you can always find this and much more stories available to you on our website at www.tv47.digital. From me to you, it's bye-bye for now. See you another time.